Mr. Speaker. And just in reference to the debate that just took place, I don't believe the Liberal government has passed very many treaties in the last decade. It's almost as if they're slapping themselves on the wrist for not doing their job. So today I rise to oppose Bill C-10, an act respecting the Commissioner for Modern Treaty Implementation. The stated aim is better accountability in modern treaty implementation. It sounds attractive, but what this bill really does is create another officer of Parliament and another office, expanding oversight without enforcement, duplication without delivery, and bureaucracy without results. At the heart of this debate is a constitutional first principle. Signing, enacting treaties is the duty of the Crown, the executive, not of Parliament. Our core functions in this House are to debate, scrutinize, and approve spending and to hold the executive to account. Creating an officer of Parliament to hover over executive treaty work veers away from our legislative remit and blurs lines of responsibility. The bill's machinery, appointment, mandate, reviews, audits, tabling, recast a fundamentally executive obligation as a parliamentary oversight project that is a category error. Parliament should enforce accountability through votes, questions, committee scrutiny, and the public accounts process, not by inventing new officers to monitor what ministers should already execute. The honour of the Crown is upheld by action, not by multiplying overseers. Modern treaties are not obscure documents. They are transparent, public accountable instruments that reconcile Aboriginal rights and title with Crown title and give certainty to all parties. They are accessible. Nothing is redacted, and they acknowledge one country, one set of laws, and management plans designed to benefit everyone. My colleague, the MP for Skeena-Balkley Valley, has noted, modern treaties provide the most transparent and accountable form of reconciliation. Nobody is put at a disadvantage, and their final agreements can be accessed and read by anyone. And the member from the Haisla Nation would know better than most people in this chamber. The bill hands the Commissioner discretion to set priorities, conduct reviews and performance audits, issue findings and recommendations, and table final reports in Parliament. It requires coordination with the Auditor General to avoid duplication and provides access to information and immunity provisions. Yet nowhere, I repeat, nowhere does the bill compel ministers or departments to act when they fail to meet treaty obligations. It is monitoring without muscle. For years, the Auditor General has produced reports detailing implementation delays and fragmented responsibilities. The problem has never been insufficient reporting. The problem has been a lack of ministerial responsibility and follow-through. Adding a new office and more reports will not build a single home, deliver clean water, or move one project to completion. Accountability requires consequences, not another commissioner. If we want real progress, we must return to fundamental ministerial responsibility. We should mandate clarity, require the Minister of Crown and Indigenous Relations to embed modern treaty implementation milestones in departmental mandates and Treasury Board frameworks, so obligations are not optional but operational. We should have routine reporting to Parliament. The Minister can proactively report to Parliament during routine proceedings, tabling quarterly treaty implementation statements, what has been met, what has been delayed, how each delay will be fixed by specific dates, with supporting documents. This is how Parliament is supposed to exercise its core function, scrutinizing performance and spending in public. We can act on audits. When the Auditor General flags failures already, the Minister should table an action plan, perhaps in 60 days, and committees should hold accountability hearings until commitments are met. There should be consequences for non-performance. Tie senior official performance pay to treaty milestones. Where chronic delays persist, change leadership. Accountability must be felt inside departments, not outsourced to a new office. My colleague from the Haisla Nation emphasizes that overlap issues among First Nations should not be worked out between the affected nations, not left to the courts or government to impose solutions. This is real partnership, respecting Indigenous leadership to resolve boundaries through negotiation rather than litigation. He notes that we need to call out the current government for not living up to its obligations to treaty bands that negotiated in good faith and set out to treaty bands that didn't negotiate in good faith and set out two practical conservative solutions. Number one, government, do your job. Respect and implement treaties. Number two, if a treaty ban has an issue with government, come to MPs. Help your representatives amplify your voice. Come to Ottawa. Hold us accountable for what we are here to do. These principles align with ministerial responsibility model. They empower the parties to solve overlaps, require the minister to remove federal roadblocks, and ensure Parliament has the performance lens to see whether the minister has in fact delivered. Consider the bill's architecture. The Commissioner appointment and tenure mandate framed around assessing consistency with Crown Auditor and broad objectives, discretion over reviews and audits, reports tabled by speakers and referred to committees, annual and special reports, parliamentary and independent reviews every 10 and 5 and 7 years, consequential amendments adding the office to key statutes. All of this oversight machinery, but no enforcement levers to compel execution of obligations already within our laws. We are proliferating process instead of guaranteeing performance. We are not fixing diffusion over responsibility across departments. We are adding a new layer above it. And by making an officer of Parliament central to executive treaty functions, we are subtly shifting accountability away from ministers and towards an umpire whose principal tool is a report. That is not how we deliver reconciliation. Canadians are facing real affordability pressures. The answers cannot be to grow administrative overhead while frontline outcomes stall. Dollars should flow to delivery, not duplication. If we need transparency, use existing parliamentary tools, committee mandates, order paper questions, supply votes, public accounts, and Auditor General follow-up so performance and spending are scrutinized where they belong. The preamble to Bill C-10 invokes UNDRIP, modern treaties as living documents, and the honour of the Crown. Those are important aspirations, but they are realized only when governments do what they have promised on time and in full, not when we create a new office to monitor yet another delay. Modern treaties do deliver certainty for Indigenous governments, for neighbouring communities, for investors, and for private property owners who need predictable rules. This is reconciliation by results grounded in the rule of law. So Conservatives, of course, we support modern treaties and Indigenous communities seeking to move beyond the paternalistic Indian Act. We will oppose Bill C-10 because it confuses monitoring for delivery. Conservatives will insist on ministerial responsibility, to act on audits, to respect a practical approach, one that leads to real results. Mr. Speaker, the honour of the Crown is not measured by the number of commissioners we appoint. It is measured by promises kept. Modern treaties deserve execution, not another report. For these reasons, I will vote against this bill.
Questions, comments? Question, commentary. The honourable member for Hamilton West, or Coquitlam, Port Coquitlam.